this question, we're being given a quadratic equation and a linear equation. So in other words, this would be, if we graphed it, it would be a parabola, and this would be a line. And when you get two functions and you're being asked about the solution, you're being asked about how many times do they hit each other. So this question is telling us there will be two moments where these two functions will hit one another, and those 2 points will have x and y values, and we're being asked to add the two y values. So let's get started. For an intersection, you want to get them both in the y equals format and set them equal. So this one's already in the y equals. This one we can take away x and take away 1, and it would look like this: negative x minus 1. For intersections, you get them both in the y equals format and you set them equal. So right now we're going to set x squared plus 2x plus 1 equal to negative x minus 1. Now this is a quadratic. For quadratics, you want to get one side equal to 0, preferably with the x squared being positive. So we're going to add x and add 1, add x and add 1, and we have x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Now this is a BC factoring situation. This is in the format of ax squared plus bx plus c. But we only really see numbers in the b and the c spot. In the a spot, we have the invisible number 1. So this is BC factoring. And for BC factoring, you need two numbers that add to b and multiply to c. Two numbers that add to 3 and multiply to 2. So what two numbers add to 3 and multiply to 2? The answer is 2 and 1. So this factors to x plus 2, x plus 1, and now we use our zero product rule, which says if these two parentheses are multiplying together and the answer is 0, that would only happen if one of them actually were 0. So you set them both equal to 0, and you get two answers. Here you can solve for negative 2, and you can get negative 1, and those are your two x values. Now we can plug into either equation to get the y values that go along with each of those x values. So here, y equals negative x minus 1, but we know x, so negative negative 2 minus 1, positive 2 minus 1, and that's 1. Here we have y equals negative x, negative 1, minus 1. So that's positive 1 minus 1, and that comes out to 0. So our two y values are 1 and 0. So summarizing all of this, we have these two functions, a line and a parabola, intersecting at negative 2, 1, and at negative 1, 0. So the way the question puts it, they're asking us what are the two y values, and we need to add them. So the two y values are 1 and 0, and if we're adding them, that's just 1 plus 0, so it's 1, and so the answer here is the nice and easy answer choice D.